Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to take a look at the first episode of a documentary series called Genghis Khan and the Rise of the Mongol Empire. It reminds me of a less stylized Kingdom Come Deliverance, but there are some nods to the classic old-school runescape as well. There are prophecies about Temujin from a very young age. He was said to be destined for greatness. In fact, he apparently clutched a blood clot in his hand when he was born. Yet Temujin's indomitable spirit remains intact, despite the odds stacked against him. He demonstrates remarkable resilience and resourcefulness, qualities that will prove instrumental in his future endeavors. Temujin has a good head on his shoulders. He shows maturity beyond his years. He helps his mom and siblings hunt and gather. This was seen as a sign of how great he would become, a symbol of the strength and power he would one day wield. He seizes the opportunity presented by a change of guards, evading the watchful eyes of his captors. Back when they were younger, they had a blood brotherhood ceremony. Blood brothers in this time period essentially made a vow to defend one another, almost like an oath. So Temujin goes to Jamukha asking for his assistance. But Jamukha, who has since risen to become a powerful leader himself, hesitates to commit to helping Temujin. Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also remember to give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Until next time. He considers the request, weighing the potential risks and rewards of joining Temujin's cause. Eventually, Jamukha decides to turn down Temujin's plea for help, citing differences in their visions and goals. He chooses not to participate in the rescue mission, preferring instead to maintain his independence. Temujin respects Jamukha's decision, understanding that their paths may diverge. Disappointed but resolute, Temujin sets out on his journey alone, determined to rescue his wife Borte. Despite the odds stacked against him, with the aid of a sympathetic guard, Temujin manages to flee during a shift change. Toghrul is known for his wisdom and strategic prowess, making him a respected leader among the Mongols. However, it's important to note that Temujin's relationship with Toghrul is complex. There is an element of pragmatism driving Temujin's approach. He understands the strategic value of forging alliances and securing support from powerful figures like Toghrul. By aligning himself with Toghrul, Temujin gains access to the Karaite's resources, military strength and knowledge of the region. Toghrul agrees to assist Temujin in his mission to rescue Borte. Together, they assemble a coalition of Mongol warriors, forming a formidable force against the Merkit. The guard, motivated by empathy and possibly weariness of his comrades' brutality, assists Temujin in his escape. During the rescue, Temujin displays bravery, cunning and tactical skill, showcasing his leadership abilities and earning the respect of his followers. The rescue operation is depicted as a thrilling and intense battle, highlighting the martial prowess and strategic brilliance of both Temujin and Toghrul's forces. After reuniting with his wife, Temujin's reputation as a leader grows, attracting more followers and solidifying his position as a rising star among the Mongols. Temujin, now free, disappears into the darkness, leaving behind the life of captivity and humiliation imposed upon him by the Tatars. I love the soundtrack. It's really fitting and makes the viewer feel like they're right there in the middle of the Mongolian steppe. The score is composed by Ramin Djawadi, who you may recognize from Game of Thrones. He does a magnificent job. I also want to mention the sound design. It's really quite nice. Even simple things like the flapping of a horse's ears are included, really selling the immersion. As far as I can tell, the voice of Temujin is portrayed by someone named J.K. Simmons. I could be wrong, but I think that's who it is. The rest of the cast consists of other fantastic voice actors like Lauren Cohan, James Purefoy and Peter Stormare. I should mention that most of what we know about Genghis Khan comes from the writings of his grandson, a man named Monkey. They were kicked out of their clan and without allies. They're vulnerable. When Temujin was 20 years old, he's a full-grown adult by this point. He and his family are taken captive by a group of Tatars who had previously poisoned his father. They use his wife, Borte, as leverage. She was only 16 years old at the time. The Tatars strip Temujin of his dignity and force him to wear a wooden collar known as a conch, symbolizing his subjugation. While wearing the conch, Temujin endures physical discomfort and humiliation, but he's not completely defeated. He still retains his dignity and resolve. He refuses to submit to his captors, showing them nothing but disdain and anger. Temujin's capture and humiliation by the Tatars serve as a catalyst, intensifying his hatred toward those responsible for his suffering. It fuels his desire for revenge and propels him to action, setting him on a path to regain his freedom. avenge his honor and rise against his oppressors. Monkey wrote down stories told to him by those who knew Genghis Khan personally, so many decades after the fact. So there's definitely a bit of storytelling involved here. The animation is smooth and the storytelling is very straightforward. As soon as the title card appears, we're immediately thrust into the heart of the Mongol steppe. This is where the story begins and where it is set. We have stirring music playing which fits the tone of the show perfectly. There's a sort of nomadic feel to it, if that makes sense. And it's just absolutely lovely. It's episode 1, The Boy Temujin. It's roughly 8 minutes long. We'll get into the plot details later. But if you're new here, remember to leave a thumbs up to support us. This is a beautifully animated historical documentary. The artwork is gorgeous. We then meet Temujin. He is born in 1162. His father, Yesugei, was a minor chief. Temujin's life up until the age of 9 is blissfully peaceful. He is described as being a curious and inquisitive child, always asking questions about the world around him and eager to learn. One day, though, when Temujin is only 9 years old, his father, Yesugei, is poisoned by members of a rival tribe. This sudden and unexpected attack leaves Temujin's family vulnerable and without a strong leader. Despite their perilous situation, Temujin's mother, Holin, a woman of great strength and resilience, takes charge, ensuring her children's safety and guiding them through the challenges that lay ahead. So Holin becomes a matriarch. She is in charge now. This scene depicts a bit of an uneasy peace between the Mongols and the Tatars. But the Tatars betray them. Temujin and his family are caught in the middle. Over the next 10 years, Temujin's family faces severe hardship, enduring hunger, thirst and the harsh conditions of the Mongolian winters. Now, I should probably tell you about the voice acting. Now, the reason this happened was because Temujin's dad was poisoned. One night, aided by a compassionate Tatar guard, Temujin escapes captivity. After regaining his freedom, Temujin wastes no time in seeking allies to help him rescue his wife. He first goes to his childhood friend Jamukha. Temujin's quest leads him to seek an alliance with Toghrul, the Khan of the Karag tribe. With Toghrul's support, Temujin successfully rescues his wife from the market. And that's the end of episode 1. What do you think?